swords and spears and things stuck into his shield. And we were doing a lot of different things with the spear. We had all these floating bits going on, but as the project continued, it seemed like he was a bit unapproachable.
He's going to become more basic.
He didn't have the grit.
It's happening, you can see it.
That we
They're like, we've got this really complicated design, and he looks at, let's tone him down. Let's make him basic. Because the champion, again, are they going to take him away from being not basic? Because imagine if you're a Pantheon Diamond one trick, that there's no mechanics to play Pantheon, pretty much. It's decision making, and then they make Pantheon a mechanical champion. That one trick in Diamond or whatever is no longer a Diamond player. They are maybe Gold. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
So for new Pantheon's kit, we changed every spell, but tried to stay close to the spirit of what the character was about.
Oh.
So his ult is mostly the same. We call it Grand Starfall now.
Oh.
He comes in at an angle and comes streaking across the ground. There are, I think, some gameplay wins to that. I expect skilled Pantheon players to hit more enemies with.
Okay, that's way better.
Than they
figure that has a lot of magic to him. He's also a physical warrior, and I think making physical warriors in this game is actually pretty challenging.
He's using the physical spear shield, he's not using magic power to fight.
So for him, we actually cause a lot of impacts on the ground. And by having these very grounded
That's his
elements,
W,
it helps
then.
him from feeling too magical
What's
and
his
too
E?
godly and too heavenly, when most importantly, he is just a very, very strong
He looks
warrior.
cool, man.
I would say I'm nervous and excited about Pantheon going to players. I'm very excited to see how players react to the stuff we kept, because it's much more important.
There was
for
something
an
at the
update
end of it,
this
like a
to
stun.
be, for the Pantheon player. A lot of the basic actions you're taking are going to be very similar to before. He's still a top laner or jungler primarily. You're still going to be trying to snowball around the map.
The ult is
This
so cool.
Still Pantheon, but requires maybe a little more skill expression, and as a result, give the character that is clearly powerful the tools to hit even higher moments.
Interesting. Oh, look at that. That's a good splash shot. Okay.
Or guy either. I think there's 2 videos I want to go over, but honestly, it's pretty cool to have a face to Pantheon finally. There's Butcher Olaf. Wow, he actually looks kind of sick, not gonna lie. He looks like an actual Spartan warrior now. I feel like if we had the design team a part of the balance team, the game would be a bit more lit for sure, because looks pretty neat so far. He looks like Udyr kinda. Damn. So far the aesthetics look really sick though. Wow, he actually looks kinda sick, not gonna lie. He looks like an actual Spartan warrior now.
Initial thoughts. He looks pretty cool. It does literally just look a redesigned Pantheon, which I think a lot of people would like. He is not completely different. And by the looks of the little abilities that we saw, I don't really think we need an ability page. I think we can pretty much get all the abilities from this video. His Q, which was the point and click, just throws him spear, is now Pike. But it's not a hook. It's a drag, and the longer you hold Q, the more it can go out and attack people. And it did look like you can just tap Q and it will just jib in front of you. But it is now a skill shot, so obviously Varus Q is a good idea. It's harder, so it's not a point and click, so it's less basic. And yes, people are very thing. That is Aatrox behind Pantheon, because that's the new lore. This Pantheon is the War of God. I think my chair was saying something. This Pantheon is the god of war, and Aatrox is the aspect of war or something, and they had a massive battle. So that's cool. They'll have voice lines, and obviously you'll see those two together in kind of battle. So this is Ares, basically, in League.
I can't wait to press W on Scuttle Crabs for no CC now. The aesthetics look really sick, though, honestly. I am pretty pleased. But that's not really what I care about, honestly. There's more than just aesthetics to the champion. Damn. I am Wow, I wish they did this with the balance team. Like if they put this much effort in. But yeah.
Oh, dude, what the fuck is going on? I'm actually having a bro moment right now. The damage on it is like, oh my god, it scales with AP still as well. They kept the AP ratios on him. Woo! Like old Pantheon was just like really clunky. Like you press Q and he would go, whereas this one you can walk about while you throw it. Oh my lord. I'm experiencing terminal velocity right now, dude. He feels so much smoother. Holy Christ. The range on it is massive, man. Like old Pantheon Q is probably about that. This was about the range of Pantheon Q, but like the range is like almost doubled. Like it must be around double. So smooth. He's so smooth. Oh my lord in heaven. How oh wait, so I pop this there. It should come from like around here, right? Jesus wept, man. It looks so cool. Ah, yeah, bitch. Oh my.
For the Pantheon player, a lot of the basic actions you're taking are going to be very similar to before. He's still a top laner or jungler primarily.
Yes.
You're still going to be trying to snowball around the
That's
map.
what I was hoping for.
This is still Pantheon, but
I like the
requires
shield
maybe
from
a
the
little
E,
more skill
the E.
expression, and as a result, give the character that is like clearly powerful the tools to hit even higher moments.
Wow, that's the end? Okay, holy shit. Wow. I've never been hyped about Rework. I hope Riot continues in this direction. Like, reworking the champs that are too simple. Stuff like Udyr, you know, maybe even Fiddlesticks. But Pantheon definitely deserved. I think, like, even Keegan stayed away from Pantheon because the champ is so one-dimensional. And even when I played in jungle, it was really like, I do the exact same thing every game before the Scuttlecraft changes. After that, it was the death of Pantheon. Because, like, he's not much of a machete jungler, not much of a red Krug clearer, or Raptor clear. Can't even do Raptors really good without Talisman. So, it's a lot of, like, counterplay with his own kit, and the jungling in general. It was basically just go for a double crab when it was at 2 minutes. But anyways, aside from that goes, we'll leave that for the PBE video when it does come out. I'm excited to play him. He looks really sick.
And kind of jumps on top of someone. It did look like a point and click, and it looked like he auto-attacks really quickly for a little bit of time after he's pressed W on somebody. But that more or less looks the same, but just a little bit flashier and updated. But that did look point and click to me. The E, which was interesting, if you guys caught it, is what it was the massive blade, the spear going nuts. But this time he had a massive shield that was in front of him, using his shield, and he could move with it. So he could move with it very slowly, but that's something. But he was locked in place. So if he was forward, he was like that, but you could move anywhere, but you would always look in that same direction. That's cool. And then his ultimate, obviously, it's an updated version of his ultimate that it looked like it's quicker to actually take off and land, and you are sweeping in. And I don't know like exactly what the code, like the effect, is it just going to be damage? Is it going to knock people away? Not really sure. Oh yeah, there was also like a cone at the end of his E that might have looked like a slight stun or something, because it kind of had that like bang effect that was like a stun. But yeah, damn, he's really cool. This is honestly better than I imagined they were going to make Pantheon. And again, better than I imagined because I was worried that's like, okay, you're going to reimagine the champion. They always now, because there has been big backlash in the past, they're going to try and keep him
fucking sick, dude. He feels so much smoother, but he's still kind of retained like quite a considerable amount of what he used to be. Did I do like no damage because of the CP? My W does damage though, that's sick. The alt sound, it's like, you know in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure when like somebody gets punched and it just sounds like everything is being sucked out of the sound, like it's such a hard hit. This is this noise. This is what this noise is. Hi Charlie, how you doing?
Kind of jumps on top of someone. It did look like a point and click, and it looked like he auto-attacks really quickly for a little bit of time after he's pressed W on somebody. But that more or less looks the same, but just a little bit flashier and updated. But that did look point and click to me. The E, which was interesting, if you guys caught it, is what it was the massive blade, the spear going nuts. But this time he had a massive shield that was in front of him, using his shield, and he could move with it. So he could move with it very slowly, but that's something. But he was locked in place. So if he was forward, he was like that, but you could move anywhere, but you would always look in that same direction. That's cool. And then his ultimate, obviously, it's an updated version of his ultimate that it looked like it's quicker to actually take off and land, and you are sweeping in. And I don't know like exactly what the code, like the effect, is it just going to be damage? Is it going to knock people away? Not really sure. Oh yeah, there was also like a cone at the end of his E that might have looked like a slight stun or something, because it kind of had that like bang effect.
But this is my champion, right? This is my boy. I'm allowed to be like this for just a little bit, okay? It blocks tower hits, dude! I'm sorry, Charlie. I scared the hell out of you with that one. It blocks tower hits. Okay, it doesn't block that. Alright, okay. It doesn't block the pull. Okay, right. Well, we kind of knew that was going to happen, right? This goes on. You can block all damage from that direction for 2.5 seconds. Like, what? Excuse me? Imagine the tower dive potential. The tower dive potential is nuts. I mean, has Aegis blocked it before? But being able to pull up your Aegis basically on command is so fat, dude.
That was like a stun. But yeah, damn, he's really cool. This is honestly better than I imagined they were going to make Pantheon. And again, better than I imagined because I was worried that's like, okay, you're going to reimagine the champion. They always now, because there's been big backlash in the past, they're going to try and keep him to what he is, like the core of the champion. How do you make that interesting? And I honestly think they've made him pretty interesting. He does seem really modernized, and the only thing that is going to make him either good or bad, obviously now, will be his scaling. What is he going to be? Is he going to be that lethality early game top laner like he is now? If so, that would be probably relatively irrelevant, especially in current meta. Or is he going to turn into something like a Darius or an Ekton that will be building for mid to late game, and he actually has a presence in late game? I really hope they've taken him away from just the really like kind of one-trick playstyle of, hey, I'm really useful from level 1 to 6, and if I don't get really far ahead then I'm kind of useless. I hope that's going away. But obviously, if you're a Pantheon player, that's what you probably play Pantheon for. So yeah, but if you're a Pantheon player, I imagine that you're not too disappointed with this because it still looks like Pantheon. It has the feel to him. All the abilities are reminiscent of what they used to be. They just look more skill-based rather than point-and-click everything. And yeah, what I'm interested in now is knowing the scaling of, please don't be an early game all-in one trick. Let him be a mid-game bruiser, or even, well, not a juggernaut, but yeah, make him a bruiser. Make him an Aurelia, a Darius, or an Ekton. Something like that is where I want him to fit in. Because current Pantheon doesn't fit really in anything. He's a very niche pick that, as I said, works from level 1 to 6. If he doesn't get 3 kills...
I wasn't going to do what every other YouTuber was going to do and make like 50 Pantheon videos. But this is my champion. Like, I mean, probably a lot of people that have only subscribed to him recently probably have no idea like what my history with Pantheon is. But like, he's my go-to guy. He is my actual go-to guy, dude. Oh man, I am happy as hell. I had no idea he was on the PB already. I had no idea.
But there were some things that just felt too generic to him. So we wanted to make him our Runeterra sort of one-man army rather than this faceless.
Honestly, Riot does a pretty good job with reworks usually, besides the Kale one.
When we were updating
Argonian aspects of it. All this part here, like the shield, the helmet, spear, and the cape, those are all aspects of
This is behind the scene video, yeah, but they're gonna show
and
it.
then there's a big scar over his chest. We thought that adds a
Him too, he's no longer like deterministically going to win in these ways that he was before.
That Pantheon's an enter.
Some of the new Pantheon ideas that I went through early were
How do you even
things
get vision
like
on her?
he throws a spear out, it sticks in the ground. He thinks like, how do we make his poke really reliable? And how do we
What?
make his
That's
all-in
so cool.
really good rather than guaranteed to work? He comes in at an angle and comes streaking across the ground. There are, I think, some gameplay wins to that. I expect skilled Pantheon players to like hit more enemies with their Grand Starfalls than they did with old Pantheon's Grand Skyfall.
What's really fun about Pantheon is that
Say I'm nervous and excited about Pantheon going to players. Like, I'm very excited to see how players
Does he have a
react
shield when he E's?
to the stuff we kept, because it's much more important for an update like this to be like
Yeah, it's
for
new Pantheon.
the Pantheon player. A lot of the basic, you're still gonna be trying to snowball around the map. This is still Pantheon, but requires maybe a little more skill expression, and as a result, give the character that is like clearly powerful the tools to hit even higher moments.
That's pretty cool. I like the rework.
I have faced many self-proclaimed gods.
Wait, is this Pantheon talking?
When they die, you cannot hear their howls above the wind.
Wait, I like his voice.
The god died. The man.
Come again? What? Look at this muscle definition. Look at his fucking quote. I'm mirroring.
Updating Pantheon, we realized that there was a ton of things that a lot of players loved. And I
What?
think ideally
He's
we
annoying as shit
always
to play against.
want to keep that kernel of why
Spams
there are
Q.
still players who love that champion. So we thought,
Like
how
4
can we
people
not break a
that play the
character
champ.
and still bring it?
One of them was where we had all these
All right, relax.
So we
I don't
settled
care
on
about
the
any of this. Show me what the fuck it does.
to the design.
This is the right video.
One thing we found out
Wait, is
in
that
development
Pantheon? Wait, no way.
that surprised me a little bit was,
Is it?
and what we were trying to do here was move him to, he's no longer like deterministically
Wait,
going
the
to win
fucking
in these ways that he was
concept art
before.
they just showed was fucking nuts.
Some of the players react to the stuff
I
we kept
wonder-
because it's much more excited players. Like, I'm very
I wonder if this blocks abilities. This little shield right here. I wonder if that blocks abilities.
excited.
He looks good as fuck, actually. That's a skill shot. Or you can cancel it early. Ah, I see. Still stuns. I wonder if that reduces damage. I knew it did. I knew that's gonna be so cancer. I wonder if it blocks skill shots. Wait, does it reflect the damage? Seems like it doesn't do any damage.
The wind died. The man.
Dude, he looks so fucking good. Aesthetic. Is that fucking word? Damn.